I got my harvest done, got the combine home, got the semis home, grain cart, everything's home. And so I got to get my ripper ready, and Luke and Gerald had already worked on it. I got to check a couple things on it, and I'm focusing on extending my leg all the way, heel to toe when I land. So yes, Shannon, Andrea, you guys should be happy. Although I don't think either of you watch this stuff. Now I'm going completely backwards. But at least I'm getting some work done. Woo! I like to make the wee sound when I go around. I got my harvest done, got the combine home, got the semis home, grain cart, everything's home. I had to do a little work for a friend of mine. He was a little behind, had some other stuff going on. So I shot over and got that done, got him all fixed up. He's got a little bit of stuff left, but he wants to handle that. And now I have some corn on corn, and that requires tillage. And so I got to get my ripper ready, and Luke and Gerald had already worked on it. I got to check a couple things on it, and I have a shear bolt on here that I do need to fix before I can use it. And that requires me getting in and out of the tractor a couple times to raise and lower the hydraulics. So that'll be fun. But then this should be ready to go, I think. I got to double check everything everybody else worked on, make sure all the bolts are tight, and give it a test run. And then I should be good to go. So this is a shear bolt. The bolt goes in here, and there's two bolts here. And when you hit something really large, like a massive rock in the ground that won't go through, it shears this bolt so it doesn't bend the shank or anything else more expensive or more damaging or more permanent. Well, this spring when we were running this, evidently we sheared that bolt, and I'm making sure we get that replaced. And yeah, I know you're not supposed to pound them through with a hammer, but that's what I did. So anyway, yeah, got that done, and I got to check a few things where everybody else worked on this to make sure it's good to go. I'm currently out here walking without my crutches because I'm trying to build up my leg. I lost so much muscle and I'm not using it for 2 whole months. And it's so weak in that leg, I'm having a hard time walking. Well, I'm trying to fix that. My exercise is. We have the tractor, I'm trying to fix it. So, I'm trying to avoid the uneven ground, but anybody with a farm yard knows that the crushed rock isn't exactly the smoothest surface. We don't all live on concrete, thank God. So, trying to get a little exercise, focusing on extending my leg all the way, heel to toe when I land. So yes, Shannon, Andrea, you guys should be happy. Although I don't think either of you watch this stuff, which is probably good because you probably cringe at everything else I've done. It's hard to see, but this has me going backwards in the tractor. The GPS, I'm not going backwards in the tractor. I believe it's the sensor in the middle of the, or actually I'm going sideways now. I don't know. It's a sensor down in the middle of the wheel position sensor, angle sensor. I replaced the cable, and obviously that did not fix it. So I guess I'll have to figure that out. But man, that gets really frustrating and expensive. Now I'm going backwards, which is how I often feel every day anyway. And I'm bouncing in my air ride seat. You know, it's not all terrible, but yeah, it's nice when that stuff works that you bought. Now I'm going completely backwards, but at least I'm getting some work done. I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty windy outside. Corn stalks are all blowing away. It's a nice day to be inside. Oh well, I guess I'm back to doing this. Got to think back to my youth. Remember how to turn the wheel. Follow my mark. That way the neighbors don't all talk bad about me. Or worse. Who knows? Who cares? Standard operating procedures. I had to include that for everybody just in case you get somebody different in here. You can easily read through this for quick reference. Answers a lot of questions, a lot of common questions. Kind of like your FAQ. As you can see here, The coulters, that's the line of disc blades in front that are perfectly straight. I run at an angle to the rows. If you look behind the ripper, you can see the rows going by at an angle. I run those with some down pressure, and they slice up the corn stalks to start with. They don't really turn any soil over, but they cut the corn stalks and get it ready to run through ripper shanks. Behind those are chisel shanks. And behind that, there's 2 disc gangs, and behind that's a rolling basket. There you can see the dirt starting to boil up off the ripper shank right there, to the left of the Krause emblem. The bolts wrapped around the main frame there. That's where the shanks are mounted to. And it's hard to see. I was doing all this by myself. I don't have a good magnetic GoPro mount yet. I need to build one. I get some pretty cool shots for you on the back of that thing. Where the chisel shanks go behind the ripper shanks, they split the metals of the ripper shanks. And then the disc blades in back mix the soil together really well and finish chopping up some of the residue, the corn stalks and husks and leaves. And the rolling basket in back does a nice job of smoothing it all out. Here's just a cool shot of a tire. A cool shot looking in my mirror. Not everything is flat. It's pretty steep going down to the creek right here. It's hard to tell, but yeah, she's a little steep. Not bad. Not like a lot of guys farm. She's definitely got a little more elevation change in a lot of places. Here we're gonna turn around. Woo! I like to make that wee sound when I go around. I suppose that's where my kids get it. It's hard to say. Get lined up, drop her in, and we're in business. Now you can tell she's pulling hard. We're going up a hill. And we're getting to the top and away we go.